Can you tell me what sort of diet he's been on?
He has a Cockatiel mix seed with a few sunflower seeds thrown in.
Yes.
And that's about it.
Right,
and
okay.
with water.
Right. What, if any, greens does he have, and how often would he have those?
He doesn't have any greens anymore. He used to when he was younger, when he used to come out of the cage a lot, but in the cage we don't give him any greens.
Right, okay. Well, we can conclude from those comments that he's also on a very unbalanced diet and a deficient diet. So he'll be eating excess of some things, and he'll be very, very deficient in other things. So one of the first things, I start with first principles and say, right, well, if we're going to help him, let's get his diet on the road to normality. If we can't supply that, then he's not going to have the nutrients to bring about and maintain health. So my advice there is that we get him over onto about 50%, if possible, Harrison's high potency fine or high potency ultra fine pellets, which are organic pellets made in the States and imported into Australia, obviously. In the meantime, if we don't have access to those, I'd probably be using Better Farm breeder pellets and crumbling some of those in amongst his seed mix. I want him to have about 50% seed mix, 50% that, and I'd like him to have about a tablespoon a day. And then I'd like him to have a lot of different greens and things in the way of seeding grasses. So at the moment it's springtime here, and we have a whole range of grasses that he can have that are going to seed and developing seed. So we've got winter grass still, so he can have some winter grass, he can have some oats, he can have some dandelion, he can have some milk thistle, he can have some chickweed, he can have kikuyu, buffalo couch, various grasses, he can have poa grass, he can have plantain, and most of the other seeding grasses as well, of a little of a lot. And then in addition to that, he can have some basil, and he can have some mint, and he can have some thyme, and he can have most little herby things that we grow, except the onion family. So I don't want him to have any chives, I don't want him to have any garlic or onion, I don't want him to have any rhubarb, and however, he certainly can have some broccoli, some cauliflower, some choy, bok choy, or whatever it might be, some endive, perhaps a tiny little bit of lettuce. You can have some spinach, you can have some silver beet, you can have some parsley, you can have some grated carrot, you can have a little bit of grated almond, maybe a little bit of grated walnut, just a few crumbs of that as well. And we're trying to broaden his diet, and then I want him to have some shell grit, and some sand grit. So you can go to the beach and collect say a quarter of a cup full of shell grit at one end of the beach with a bit of sand or some crushed sandstone as well. Boil it and rinse it, and then offer him that as well to help his digestion and to provide him with trace minerals. In addition to that, I'd like to start him on a range of supplements straight away, and they would include some Liverplex and Duflac to try and support his liver, and a mixture of glyconutrients, phytonutrients, multivitamins, minerals and things, aimed at stimulating stimulating and supporting the healing process. I'd like to put him on some zeolite to try, in the hope that zeolite solution will bind some of the toxins and draw some of the toxins out of his bloodstream into his intestine, and then for him to pass those toxins out of his body. In other words, I think it'd be a good idea to try and detox him.